So look, just the kid that did Gotti the Boss, and I'm back with another one, but nothing like the other one. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. So in this joint right here, we're gonna get right into it. We ain't gonna waste a lot of time because it's not gonna be a long video, and it's not really gonna be a typical video. But I'm telling you, stay tuned because this could potentially help somebody out and save somebody's life. So the name of this joint is gonna be 120 days clean and sober. I recently just reached that threshold of 120 days clean and sober in drug and alcohol treatment. It's definitely a milestone. It was tough. So I'm gonna double salute myself. Just to give y'all a little bit of context, I got into trouble a little bit ago, maybe a year or something back, maybe a little bit more. I caught a DUI. It was honestly my second one. And I really wasn't gonna talk about it because I'm just a private person. I don't like putting people in my business. But I just feel like it was necessary. And maybe it can help somebody out. And it just goes to show, just because you might be in position or got paper or be financially stable, you know, it can happen to you as well. Because it definitely happened to me. The actual story on how I caught my DUI, I think I'm doing another video. So y'all stay tuned for that. I'm not finna put all my business out there, but I feel like with this video right here, I just want to be a little bit informative and let the audience know that it can definitely happen to you. So boom, I checked into treatment sometime last year, and they pretty much tell me, okay, you got a year in treatment. You go for the evaluation, talk about your life, your background, everything you've been through, what you're currently into, all this stuff. The evaluation could be 2 hours, it could be 4 hours. Mine was like 2. Fill out all this paperwork. And the average person goes in there and lies. That's what they were telling me to do. Just lie, bro. You'll get less time. You'll get time off. ETC, ETC. In all actuality, like, I don't have no criminal record for drinking, nothing like that. You do your evaluation and they were telling me to lie, you'll get less time. That's BS. That don't work. So this is technically my second DUI. So they put you on a certain guideline and then they dish out the time based upon that. I got a DUI back in 2014. I got an attorney, played it down to a reckless driving, and I ended up doing some drug and alcohol classes, but it was only for like 3 months. So this time they ended up hitting me with a year. So I'm in there fighting it. Why am I getting a year? So I'm upset about that. I sent my probation officer an email. I feel like they gave me a hard sentence in the drug and alcohol abuse program. I don't feel like I'm really an addict, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that, blah, blah, that. You know, doing what we do, trying to work my twist. No, it's not happening. If that's what they recommended you, that's what it is. So I'm sick. Mind you, I got 2 years in Toxilock too, which is pretty much the blow and go. So I had it in my car for coming up on 2 years. And I've been dealing with that as well, paying fees and fines on that stuff every single month. Like that stuff can be up to like $300 a month. You paying on that. Then you paying for drug and alcohol classes. That can be like another $300 a month. Excuse me. You paying on that. Restitution fees. We ain't even get into my attorney fees, going to jail, like just the whole process. I spent over 10 bands at least. You know, people don't see that. People don't understand that. You know, quite frankly, people don't care about that. So I just really honestly went through the process by myself. I was upset in the beginning. And that kind of rolls over into the story how I caught my DUI. I don't really want to speak on that right now because this is strictly really about my treatment. So I'm going to probably get into that into another video. All right, so I started treatment. The first 30 days, I'm just trying to figure out a way to realistically like get out of here. I'm playing the game. I'm trying to figure out a way to work a twist. I'm trying to figure out a way to get out of here. That didn't work. The next 30 days, I'm just mad, angry, sitting in class, not talking to nobody. The next 30 days, I complete 90 days. So I'm kind of feel like I'm coming up on a milestone, right? Every week you gotta take a UA. I take some UA, I pee dirty. Boom. They hit me with a probation violation. Talk to the counselors there. I get into it with dude. He pretty much kicked me out the program. I write my probation officer, playing the whole game. Or I don't know what happened. Or I don't understand why I got a UA. Blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that, blah, blah, this. A dirty UA. She like, hey, listen, I'm not going to play the game with you. You got a dirty UA. It's clear. If you want to continue to play the game with me, we'll just move to the next step, which is jail time. I'm like, damn. I just keep it 100. Oh, yeah, I made a mistake. I had some drinks. It came back dirty. Mind you, I'm in the program for alcohol. I'm not in the program for drugs. But we're all mixed up together in group. You get what I'm saying? So that's kind of how it work out. I get hit. I got to start back over. They void my 90 days. That's usually how that works. So then, boom. Now I'm upset. Now I'm hot. Now I'm irritated. And they tack on another 6 months. So I go from a year in treatment. Now I got 18 months treatment. So they got two different type of treatments. They got inpatient and they got outpatient. Inpatient is where you live at the facility, kind of like a miniature jail. Outpatient is what I do every single day. I gotta go show up 8 to 12, 10 to 2, 6 to 10, depending on the hours. Initially, I was going weekly, which was cool. Then I got hit with a dirty UA. Now I'm literally going daily, Monday through Friday. And Fridays, I think I can do virtual. So imagine how I feel. So now I'm sitting in class like, F it. I'm so hot, I'm so mad, like, I'm ready to go see my PO and just be like, I'm ready to max out on my time in jail. Like, I'd rather just do my little time in jail instead of doing this treatment. I'm not gonna lie, this is literally the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. It's like waking up every single day and facing your truth. You know, and it's based on participation. So every 30 days to 60 days, you know, we have meetings. You gotta go in there, have another miniature evaluation, how you doing, what you into, your progress. Every single day we got like a little small miniature progress sheet. Fill out our name, how we feeling today, how we been doing, what's our emotion, what's our mood, what are we struggling with. You know, every single day we gotta write one out. And then you gotta literally stand in front of the class how they do in the movies like, hi, my name is you know, I'm an alcoholic. And I had a problem with that because I feel like I'm not an alcoholic. You know, but the number one thing they teach you in treatment is denial. And I think a lot of people are in denial about their drinking. Me, I don't drink a lot, but when I drink a lot, if that makes sense. I'm not drinking every day. Monday through Thursday, I'm not drinking. That's just not what I do. I'll be doing my 1-2, hustling, grinding, selling cars, you know, stuff like that. On the weekends, as a grown man, if I want to have a drink Friday or Saturday or Sunday, I'm going to do so, you know? And that's kind of been my routine. But what I notice is, for me not drinking Monday through Thursday, when Friday and Saturday come, sometimes I overindulge, you know? Run through a fifth. Just say, F it. Get another fifth. You know, drink that one. You know, Friday y'all run through a fifth. Saturday you run through a fifth. Sunday you might snatch a fifth in the summertime. You know, you're not drinking alone. You with the homie, but you like, dang, we done ran through like 2-3 fifths in like 3 days. You know what I'm saying? 2.5 fifths. By the time Monday come, you like, man, you know, you drying out. So, especially in the winter time, that's kind of been my routine. You know, like drink when you in position, when you got money. You know, I learned that you kind of hide behind it. Oh, I can afford it. You think all addicts is just dirty people, broke, and downtown stinking. Nah, like, you be a rich addict. You could be a rich junkie, You still got your issues. So I learned that about myself. Like, I overindulge when I drink. So, and it was tough learning about yourself. Like, literally being diagnosed, literally having to sit down and talk to strangers. You talking to an ex-addict. You like, how you gonna tell me something, bro? You an addict. They looking crazy and eyes is all over the place, and the counselors might be itching, and sometimes the counselors still be doing drugs. Like, it's crazy. I'm in a facility, like, you in there next to addicts, like, dirty, stinking, fresh out of jail, and you come in there clean, cologne down every day, taking a shower, and the person next to you, smell like whatever, and, you just kind of dealing with it. Humiliating, embarrassing, man, just ashamed, mad, whatever. I done felt every emotion. And, in the beginning, I really wasn't participating until I had my little quarterly, and he's like, hey, man, if you don't participate, I can't pass nothing on good to your probation officer. I really didn't care because that's just always been me. I really didn't care. I told you I was to the point to call my probation officer just like, man, how much jail time am I looking at? Because it's strenuous. Imagine waking up every single day having to talk about yourself, deep dive, like hold a mirror up every single day. That's going to get tough. That's going to get rough, It's not just sitting in there, kick back, doing what you want to do and watching the clock. Man, you got to participate. It's assignments. I got homework. Like, you really got to do what you got to do. And I think I'm at the point now that where it's like, I try to game it. I try to game my PO. I try to beat the system. At this point, I'm going to just do what I got to do and just thug it out. Like, in life, it's not always a twist. It's not always a way around it. I wake up every morning irritated. I don't want to go here ever, never, no day. I never woke up in the morning and was excited to go. I just never been. Every day I get up in the morning, get in the shower, get myself together, and I'll be like, man, I don't even want to go. But I know the alternative is sitting in jail, So at this point, I'm just manning up and accepting my fate. So after my dirty UA, I got back into the program, fixed it, and I stuck it out. I was going to go to a different program, but I was like, man up and do what you got to do. So I end up reaching my 120-day milestone of being clean. So that's where I'm at now. So it was tough. It was hard. It's been humbling, but I've been sticking with it. And some other people that I know personally have been going through the same stuff, but on a tougher level. Some people are doing inpatient. You understand what I'm saying? Really hooked on drugs bad. And I be trying to see the good of my situation sometimes, but it's like, it get tough. People calling you, oh, what's up, where you at? Come pop it. Oh, I'm in class, I really can't go. Oh, bro, what you doing? Oh, I'm on virtual, I'm in class, I really can't do it. You in here for 4 hours at a time. Sometimes maybe even 5, another hour of homework. It'd be strenuous, strenuous. Just going through this stuff, having to drive there, drive back, and just deal with it. It's pretty much like waking up every day and driving to jail. To me, in my opinion, that's how I feel when I leave my house. Like, man, I don't want to go here. And in all actuality, God don't put nothing on my plate more than I can handle, and I'm just dealing with it. Like, I got a sister, she on probation, so we talk about it a lot, and telling me to stick with it, because I ain't gonna lie, it's been times where I've been like, man, I'd rather just go sit it down. But in all actuality, sometimes you just gotta eat what's on your plate, and this was on my plate. I got a while to go. I definitely plan on staying clean. And in all actuality, a lot of people ask me how I feel. Great. I got more energy. Yeah, when I be out with the gang and they be drinking, yeah, I want to drink. I did. It's just a natural thing to do when you in the club to have a cup in your hand, because that's always what I kind of did. But now that I don't drink, I get to sit back and analyze. I got to realize how I was acting. I got to ask myself, is that how I was acting? You know, stuff like that. Was it hard to kick it? Yeah, definitely. Because I was so used to just drinking. You know, going to go grab a bottle here, going to go grab a bottle there, you know, everything in between. And when you got to stop cold turkey, it's tough. But having a breathalyzer in my car helped me out a lot because it forced me to stop drinking. Like, all right, bro, you know you got to blow before you go. So you can't really drink. So once I just put it in my head, I'm not going to drink, it's like whatever. And it's been so long since I had a drink, I don't really even necessarily crave it like that. Sometimes I do, I'm not going to lie. But the majority of the time, I pretty much fight through, do what I got to do, and try to complete it. And even in my kids, it's just like, I want to show them that their dad can go through something and come out a champion. Like, this don't define me. It don't make me. It don't break me. I'm okay with putting the substance down. And that's what I did. We think alcohol is not a drug. It is too. It's addictive. It's addicting. And it can really mess you up. But you just feel like because you're in position or you clean or you got a nice outfit on that you don't got a problem. Sometimes you got a problem. Sometimes you don't have a problem. Like, I'm a level 1. There's 4 levels. You get what I'm saying? But I had to admit to them people that I don't drink all the time, but when I do drink, I drink a lot. That can be a problem. I got 2 DUIs. You get what I'm saying? However they came. So there's some type of issue somewhere along the lines. And I'm not saying I'm not going to never in my life drink again because that's probably cap, but in the foreseeable future, I think I'm going to really try my hardest to just leave it alone. Just not drink. Just enjoy it, being sober. I really think I'm going to try. I think I've been getting more done. I've been focused. I definitely been having more energy. I've been waking up groggy, hungover with an attitude. Yeah, it's tough when you out in the club or you out in the bars and people drinking and you can't drink and people keep asking you, why you ain't drinking? You want to drink? What's up, bro? You don't want to drink. You got to explain to people. Then you got to, after a while, I just kind of stopped going out as much because it's like you don't want to keep dealing with that every time you go out. But I went through this summer, and that was the hardest. It's finna be winter time, so ain't nobody really going out as much. I mean, my birthday in the winter or whatever, but other than that, I'm pretty much just chilling and grinding. So I just honestly wanted to put this video out to let the people know, you know, it ain't the end of the world. You know, it don't got nothing to do with money, status, or none of that. Like, it's billionaire people that get DUIs, millionaire people that's on drugs that hide it. You know, for a while, I went a long time without getting in trouble. I went a long time feeling like I was exempt. And in all actuality, I'm not exempt. You know, I just feel like at the end of the day, in summary, it's a sign in treatment. It's never a problem until it's a problem. We all drink and drive. I have, my gang have, you have, your people have. We just do it. Because no matter what, they're going to never get caught. And I end up getting caught. And it goes back to the saying, it's never a problem until it's a problem. You know, people can get killed, people can die. They got you watching these videos. You're on victim impact. You watching people die. People coming to speak in the class that's in a wheelchair. People got holes in their throats. You know, people got life flighted. People fly the windshield. You know, all this stuff to show you about drinking and driving. And I think this time I'm taking it a lot more serious because the first time I got in trouble for DUI, I didn't really care. And once again, I ain't perfect. I'm not gonna never drink again. But in all actuality, I'm gonna probably do my best to never drink and drive again. For the simple fact of it's dangerous. I want to be here for my kids. I don't want to be sitting in jail. And I'm a role model, and I want to continue to be that. And maybe, hopefully, with me stop drinking, you know, maybe somebody around me can quit drinking as much, or maybe somebody around me can quit drinking cold turkey. I'm pretty sure I tell my homies, we in the club, I still buy them drinks. Y'all do y'all thing. I'm just on Red Bull. You get what I'm saying? But, you know, sometimes you got to look in the mirror and ask yourself, do you really got a problem? And I can honestly say I have a problem. I drink too much when I do drink. I don't think I'm an alcoholic, but I have a problem. Sometimes I'll be in the club, I done took 4 or 5 shots. You know what I'm saying? To the point to where I'm seeing stars like, man, you know, I'll buy a round, somebody else buy a round, somebody else buy a round, somebody else buy a round. I done had like 5 shots. On top of maybe like a mixed drink. I'm a bigger dude, so it's whatever, but you sit back, be like, I did that Friday, I did that Saturday, and on top of that, we got a bottle in the car. That's a lot of alcohol, you know? And I just realized moving forward, if I do so drink again, I'm gonna drink a lot more responsible. I honestly feel like that. Some days, I ain't gonna lie, I feel like I be fiending. Man, I want to drink. Man, I want some Hennessy. Other days, it's like, man, I ain't tripping, you know? So, on this journey, I just want somebody that's going through treatment or embarrassed about going through treatment to keep their head up, talk to somebody, talk to me. I can give you some game because I'm really living it in real time. Every emotion you can feel, I didn't feel. And you don't gotta be a junkie. You don't gotta be dirty. You don't gotta be homeless like to have an addiction. Like people got addictions. And in the Black community, we always feel like ain't nothing wrong with us. Like, oh, I ain't no addict. Oh, I ain't no drunk. Ain't nothing wrong with my kid. My kid ain't autistic. Don't be disrespecting my kid. No, maybe your child's autistic. Maybe they learn a little bit slower. Maybe they need some special help, you know? And it's like people get offended when you tell them stuff, but it's like in all reality, you know, maybe that child needs a little bit more help, you know? People used to be like all the time, oh, God, are you bipolar? I used to be like, oh, I ain't no bipolar. Oh, you hot and cold. I wouldn't got checked out. No, I wasn't bipolar. But she was like, you got traits. I do be hot and cold. I be mad, then I be chilling, then I be low, then I be mad, then I be chilling. So I went and got myself checked out. Let me see what's going on. Nah, you kind of got bipolar traits. What's going on with you? This right when my sister died, you know? A little bit of depression. I went and got diagnosed, but I am hot and cold, for sure. You know? In a Black community, we got to start getting ourselves checked out. We got to start seeing what's going on with our kids, our babies, and everything in between. You know, sometimes when a person tell you something, they're not always telling you wrong. Listen. When I went in here, I had to humble myself and listen. I don't got no problem. I ain't this. I ain't that. The counselor told me, hey, listen, if you feel like you don't got no problem, I can't do my job, I can't help you, and you're not going to graduate. So you're going to tell me something, or I'm just going to tell your probation officer you're bucking the system and you can deal with her. Okay, I do feel like I drink a little bit too much when I go out. And it went from there, you know? I ain't saying nothing wrong with you, but 9 times out of 10, it's something wrong with everybody. You know, I'm in there with people who was drinking a fifth a day. I'm in there with people who was drinking a fifth and a half a day. I'm in there with people like me who's a social drinker. I'm in there with people who snorting pills and stealing from their parents. And I've heard every story you can hear. So nothing really amazes me at this point in my journey. But it's letting me know that it's not that bad for me. And don't be so judgmental to nobody else. And learn triggers. Triggers are big. When I caught my DUI, I was drinking with somebody. She was like, oh, I want to drink some more. I was like, me too, but I was already drunk. I should have quit. That's a trigger. The signs. I drank a fifth, we opened a fifth. That was a sign. But what are you doing? Inaccountability. Being mad at her, but in all actuality, I should have stayed put. And that's something I may go into in my next video. But those are the 3 main things that I learned from the program. The signs, the triggers, and the accountability. And what are you going to do when you graduate? There's no way I'm going back to drinking a half gallon every 2 days when I get out this program. There's no way I'm doing that. I'm literally drinking a half gallon in like 2 days. Literally. You know, chilling with some company, of course. But that was just too much. There's no way that would be disrespectful to me and everything I work hard for to go do that. In the beginning, I was feeling like, F this program, when I get on, I'm going right back to, I can't wait to go to the liquor store. The more I get into it, I don't even got the urge to do that no more. I really want to try my hardest to just leave it alone. I don't know. I might not. But I do know one thing, two things for certain. I'm not going to disrespect myself and get back out here and turn into no drunk. Because I do feel like towards the end, I was turning into a little drunk. You know, drinking, having sex, not going hand in hand and feeling good. And, you know, you're talking about all of that in treatment. You know, I like to drink and have sex. That's my vice. That's my tweak. I don't gamble, so that's kind of what I do. That's kind of what I was doing. And that could be bad for your health. And I'm going to get into that in another video as well. You know, but I just want somebody to take some positive energy from this video. If you're going through something, it's okay to get help. It's okay to talk to somebody that's been through it. You ain't got to blast them. Anybody got some issues, man, they can hit me, DM me, and I'm going to give you all the game I got. I'm not perfect. I'm going to these classes. Can't no money save me. Can't no jewelry save me. Can't no Rolex save me. Can't no fresh car save me. I got to go sit in here next to the person that's fresh out of jail, that's a bum that don't got $1 to their name. I'm sitting in the seat right next to him. We both addicts. And it made me have a whole lot of humility, and it made me stop judging people so much. I ain't perfect. I'm still me. I'm still a fly nigga. But at the same time, this is humbling. And I got to go through what I got to go through to get out on the other side to be an example for me, my kids, and a learning lesson. I tried to beat the system. It's not working. I'm just going to go through it to get to it. And sometimes you might just got to do that too. Salute to everybody fighting something, going through something. I hope it get better. If you ain't, and you feel like you got a problem, maybe slow down some. Don't drink and drive. Because I ain't going to lie, that little bit of fun you having, it ain't worth everything I've been through, everything I lost, all the money, driver license. Like, it's a whole lot of stuff. You know, being mad at people, being upset at people, really sitting in my misery. But at the end of the day, ain't nobody going to be there but you. Ain't nobody going to sit in them classes but you. So while you drinking and kicking it with people, when it go left, just know it's going to be you and that judge and whatever they give you. I hope somebody really takes something from this video. It took a lot for me to do this and indulge and really put my business out there like that. But one thing I learned about treatment, you gotta self-assess. You gotta self-assess yourself. And you gotta really be open. You gotta really be vulnerable. And you really have to take accountability and be real, or the program doesn't work. I'm not no advocate for drug and alcohol program, but I'm an advocate for people getting better. It happens to the best of us. It happened to me. Signing off. I hope everybody have a positive day. And I hope somebody really takes something special from this message, because it was really from the heart. It was really different. It was really tough to do. But even if 1 or 2 people learn from it, then that's cool.